All right, are the parties ready on Christopher Scott Jones? Court is calling 2023 CR 8806, State of Texas versus Christopher Scott Jones. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Zach Dunn for the state, Your Honor.
Defense?
David McLean for the defense.
And are you Christopher Scott Jones?
Sure.
Are you the same Christopher Scott Jones who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2023 CR 8806 for the offense of assault, family second offense on November 28, 2023 for a period of 6 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
State?
Your Honor, on or about the 21st day of March 2024, in Garrett County, Texas, the defendant, Christopher Scott Jones, did then end their contact Scarlett Jones in person in violation of condition number 19.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
Sure.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 19, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, and sentence you up to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 19? Court will find violation of condition number 19 true. The court will let both parties know. The court has received these documents in the court's file. I have not read them because I don't read anything until both parties have had a chance to view them and have any objections to them.
Absolutely, Your Honor.
So have you all both had a chance to review the documents that are sent to the court's file?
I have not, Your Honor.
Yeah, there's nothing new. Those are from, nothing from the past like week or two, correct, Your Honor? Those
No.
are, no, so yes, I believe counsel and I have reviewed them in depth, all of them together.
All right, and would you like the court to read these, counsel, or do you have objections?
Essentially, Judge, they're hearsay, but I know that the court can consider that.
Well, I mean, if you all have objections to it, then I won't read them. They are hearsay.
I'd object. Judge.
All right. All right, so if the witnesses are not here for the court to read those, then the objection will be sustained.
Thank you.
Christopher Scott Jones, age 45. 2023 assault family, household member previous conviction, sentenced 6 years deferred November 2024. 2011 assault family choking, sentenced 6 months, sentence expired early, served 64 days. 2007 possession marriage A 0 to 2 ounces, sentenced 3 days, served 1 day. 2004 possession, with intent to deliver controlled substance penalty group 1 4 grams to 200 grams dismissed, defendant convicted other. 2002 possession marriage A 0 to 2 ounces dismissed, other. 2002 evading arrest or detention with vehicle sentenced 3 years deferred, revoked, resentenced 6 months transferred to Texas Department of Corrections. 2002 resisting arrest search transportation dismissed, other. 2002 resisting arrest search transportation dismissal. 2000 ounces marriage A 0 to 2 ounces sentenced 6 months deferred, revoked, RS sentenced 30 days, served 14 days. Actual local jail time served. The 4th of March 2024 to the 9th of December 2024 paper ready. The 8th of September 2024 to the 9th of November 2024, Kerr County released other agency of Bexar. The 25th of July 2023 to the 28th of November 2023, deferred adjudication granted. The 24th of January 2013 to the 22nd of March 2013, sentence expired early. The 6th of September 2012, 5 days, released on bond. The 4th of April 2007, same day, released on bond. The 17th of August 2004, 14 days, transferred to. The 19th of December 2002, 4 days, released on bond. The 24th of April 2002, 25 days, released on bond. The 24th of April 2002, same day, charge entered in error. The 30th of March 2001, same day, released on bond. The 14th of August 2000, same day, released on bond. The 23rd of January 1998, 1 day, PR bond. The 19th of December 1997, same day, released on bond.
All right. So is there a proposed agreement?
There is, Judge.
And what is the proposed agreement?
The proposed agreement, Your Honor, is for amending conditions for zero tolerance, house arrest for 30 days, GPS for the remainder of his term, extension for 1 year, and enroll in VIP within 15 days of release.
All right, and who is Scarlett Jones, and why is he contacting Scarlett Jones?
I can get a relationship chart for you, Your Honor. It's a little bit complicated within the.
Everyone, please whisper.
I can get you an answer, Judge. It's in the file. We literally had to draw this out across a couple of cases, Your Honor. Off the top of my head, I don't know, but I can get that information for you in the state's file.
All right, is it Scarlett Jones or Sydney Jones?
It's, I believe, Sydney Scarlett Jones.
Okay,
Same person, Judge.
all right, same person. So I ordered,
No, Scarlett Jones is my wife in the movie.
Okay. Scarlett Jones is Mr. Jones's wife.
all right, and who is Sydney Jones?
My daughter.
All right, and Scarlett Jones, okay. The court ordered no contact with Scarlett Jones and Sydney Jones.
And Your Honor, may I ask a quick question? The council may know.
Yes,
From a movie, who is that?
no, Scarlett Jones is the person, he pled true to the number 19 violation,
Yes,
and I ordered no contact with that person. So
understood.
I
Okay.
want to know why my no contact orders are being violated. That's where we are. Does anyone want to address that?
Your Honor, this is unfortunately not an uncommon situation that happens when you've got parties that are getting divorced, you have new paramours involved. There,
So was this contact made at a courthouse?
it wasn't made at a courthouse. It was not, Judge. From what my understanding is that he had gone by, and he is struggling mentally to try to let go of what this relationship was. He misses his kids, he misses his wife. Unfortunately, she's moved on. What I can tell the court is that it appears that there was an an application for a protective order filed, correct? My client has agreed to the entry of that protective order. It is a 5-year protective order.
But how old is he?
Who?
How old is your client?
How old is my client?
Yeah.
I would say probably like 40, 45.
All right, so I don't understand what he doesn't understand, that the court ordered a no contact order with Scarlett Jones. I mean, I know you all have your proposed agreement, but I don't know why I should follow this. I ordered no contact with Scarlett Jones. All of this nonsense about people not being able to let go. You can cry, when nobody's around, ask the gods, why am I not with this person? But I told him he couldn't be with her anymore.
Judge, I understand that, and I totally respect your position. Sometimes emotions get better of people, and I'm not saying that's an excuse,
Mhm.
but I think that's the reality of what happened.
Mhm.
Nobody was harmed. Nobody was, I don't believe nothing happened from the contact. I'm trying to get this guy back on track.
But this is what I want you to understand where I'm coming from. I ordered no contact with Scarlett Jones. I ordered no contact with Sydney Jones. This is an assault family second offense, and we probably wouldn't be here, and maybe you would still be in a relationship with them if we were not here for an assault family second offense. So I don't know why people tend to cause problems in relationships and then are shocked when somebody moves on and they don't want you anymore. So I don't know why I should follow your agreement when the main thing the court ordered was no contact. And this is a family violence case. And people don't want people showing up to their door because they've moved on and they don't want you anymore. I don't understand why people don't understand when people don't want to be with you anymore. It's like, I'm over, I'm done. I don't want you anymore. Why can't people internalize that?
I think he has. I think this time in jail has helped him do that. And Judge, if I had a reason for you to follow this, it would be to provide him the assistance that he needs to try and reform himself. I think the battery intervention program alone will do wonders for him. It will open his eyes as to what's going on here. And I also think that, like we said, he's been in jail for what, about 60 days now? He's going to have another 30 on house arrest. He's going to be on GPS. We can not only monitor him and protect the family, but he's got a protective order in place. I've already explained that to him, and this is for the record. I've explained to him that protective orders have teeth, and that if he violates that, it's not just an NTR next time. He's going to be back in here on a violation of a protective order.
Oh, but my rulings have teeth, and my ruling was
Absolutely.
there's to be no contact. What has he done on probation other than, get all caught up in his feelings going to somebody's house who doesn't want him anymore? Did he do anger management? Did you do anger
I
management?
enrolled in the PIP. I did 5 classes of PIP so far.
Probation, has he done anything? Oh, no problem. The information I have is I ordered that he was not to have contact with Scarlett Jones. He's saying this is the love of his life. This is somebody he's willing to go to prison for, obviously, because he can't let her go. So I ordered no contact. This is an assault family second. He probably would still be in a relationship with her agreeing to be in a relationship with him if this wasn't an assault family second.
Judge, I understand completely where the court's coming from. I think that my client has had some time to, for lack of a better word, get it together. And I think that he can be successful in this. It's his first MTR. I'd ask the court, please, just allow him to complete these conditions. It's 0 tolerance. Explain it to him, and if he comes back.
All right, the court is finding violation of condition number 19 true. The court is going to find him guilty. There's an affirmative finding of family violence. The court is not going to grant him probation. Would anybody wish to speak to punishment?
I understand the court's ruling. I think that given the facts and circumstances here, and the fact that there's a protective order in place, and my client agreed to that protective order, he has moved on. I think that there is not any imminent danger to Ms. Jones or his family, and I don't see him going by there at all. We would ask, I know the court's got the full range of punishment. The court's not considering probation. We would ask for a minimum on this, a minimum of 2 years. This is not something where on this violation, anybody else was hurt. There's no other violence. And we just ask the court to consider the minimum on this case.
The state would respectfully request something in the range of about 4 years, Your Honor. And that is the state's recommendation.
All right. Court is going to find you guilty. There's an affirmative finding of family violence, give you credit for any time served. There's to be no contact with Sydney Jones or Scarlett Jones. Court will sentence you to 4 years in the prison. All right, we can go off the record. I want you to know, I listened to the arguments of your counsel. I took that into consideration. And sometimes when the prison sentence that I give people think, oh, she's just doing that because the state requested it. There are different things that I'm thinking of in my mind to see what's an appropriate sentence for you. Do I think you deserve the full 10 years for contacting her when what your counsel has told me there was no violence perpetrated? No. So I wasn't going to send you to 10 years, but I don't think 2 years was appropriate for you either. You understand? All right. Good luck to you. Destiny Cortez. Court is calling 2024 CR 5110, State of Texas versus Destiny Nicole Cortez. Could I have parties announce for the record for the state? Defense.
Jim Oltersdorf for Destiny Cortez.
Are you Destiny Cortez?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you're charged with the offense of possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1 grams to 4 grams. That's a 3rd-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your agreement. If for any reason the court does not follow your agreement and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea, punishment is to be assessed at 42 months in the prison, and there are no applications. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense?
Yes, ma'am.
State? Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Judge, even though I say hard fought, we've been back and forth and it's been a spirited exchange. She's been a very good client. She's very regretful of her actions. She's hoping you'll follow the plea bargain as presented for the court. Give her credit for all time served. And I might want to suggest when she gets TDC, taking some type of drug treatment.
All right, do you have children?
Yes, I have one.
How old?
9,
And who are they with?
with my godmother.
All right, the court is going to find you guilty. The court will sentence you to 42 months in the prison. Give you credit for any time served. There should be no contact with Carmen Vera Cruz, Diego Armando Moscaro. There should be no unsupervised contact with minors, and I'll recommend the therapeutic community. The therapeutic community doesn't increase the time that you're in custody. However, if you have a drug problem and they accept you into the program, it can help you with that. You will still have to request it because I have no jurisdiction to force them to place you in the program. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we can go off the record. You're gonna have to change your life because your 9-year-old, you're really supposed to be taking care of the 9-year-old, not somebody else.
Yes.
And when you're released from custody, don't go over to the house acting as though you're the mother of the year, and you're putting down your own rules. You got to slowly integrate yourself back in. But if you're not going to get your life in order, stop hanging around people who are not good people to hang around, and stop using drugs. Don't even bother going to your child's house or anything of that nature, because each time you go and they put their faith and trust in you and you don't follow through, you break their hearts. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Are you ready on Cristian Almanza?
Yes, Judge.
All right, have you had a chance to review the motion to withdraw with him?
We spoke about it this morning. Yes, Judge.
All right, are you still going forward with your motion to withdraw?
Yes, Judge, I am.
All right, court is calling 2023 CR 3926, State of Texas versus Cristian Almanza. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Daniel Escobar for the state of Texas.
Defense?
Jason Cadence for the defendant, Cristian Almanza, Katims.
Okay, and are you Cristian Almanza?
Yes, ma'am.
Your attorney is filing a motion with withdraw. Your attorney is saying that he wasn't hired for post plea matters, so he was hired to enter a plea for you. And I guess there was an agreement or something?
Judge, it was a pretrial diversion.
Mhm.
The defendant did not successfully complete the program.
All right. So you have any objections to this attorney being excused? All right, that will be granted. You're excused.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. All right, are you going to be able to hire an attorney or do you need one appointed?
Court appointed.
All right, so what we're going to do is we'll have you interview for a court-appointed attorney. And I'm going to give you a reset form and they will get an attorney for you if you qualify. Okay, and so they have the document for where you need to go to get interviewed. All right, once you sign the reset form, then know that your case is going to be recalled back for this court. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And then today, that document that the deputy is giving you, you need to make sure you take care of that.
Okay.
And Almanza, make sure that you are not late for court next time. Bennie Crezo, Crezo. I'm telling you, I have to get used to reading this docket to find where people are located. Yeah. Do you see Crezo on the docket? I don't even, found it. Thank you. Okay. So where are we on this case?
So the prosecution needs to make a call because there's insufficient evidence about whether the amount is actually a state jail felony, and so we're just asking for this.
And Judge, we just want to reach out to the complainant just because in what I'm reading in the report, it seems that that's correct, but I just wanted to verify.
All right, so
You know, time to.
What day,
it's a Monday?
is it possible? Yeah, Monday's fine.
No, are you sure?
I was thinking Tuesday, but I
All
don't.
right, we can bring it back on. Do you employed? How old are you? 21, what are you doing with your life? All right, when you come back on the 25th, you need to tell me what you're doing with your life. You understand? All right, why are you whispering?
I'll find out. Sorry, Lord.
All right, so when you come back on the 25th, you're gonna need to look me in the eye and you're gonna need to tell me what you plan on doing with your life. You understand? All right, I'm gonna give you a reset form. 25th, once you sign it, you all are excused.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, court is calling 2024 CR 5292, State of Texas versus Bennie Crezo. Can I have, Mr. Crezo, did you review what's entitled Application for Deferred Adjudication or Community Supervision with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that the state is proceeding on the lesser included offense of theft of property, $750 to $2,500?
Yes,
All right, and did you understand they're proceeding as a Class A misdemeanor?
yes,
And that the range of punishment for that is up to 1 year in the Bear County Jail and up to a $4,000 fine?
yes,
If you have a plea with the state, the court doesn't have to follow your plea. Did you understand?
yes,
Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 1 year in the Bear County Jail and up to a $4,000 fine?
yes,
Did you see the plea bargain page with your attorney and did you understand it?
yes, ma'am.
According to the plea, the state is proceeding on the lesser included offense of theft, $750 to $2,500. There's a $500 fine. State recommends deferred adjudication. There's to be restitution to home team pest defense, if any. That's PEST. Home team, HOMETEAM. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Outside the agreement, the state is recommending that your deferred adjudication be for a term of 2 years. There'll be a TAP evaluation, 120 hours of community service restitution, no contact with home team, pest defense, and cats 1 and 2. Did you understand those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, ma'am.
Then to the offense, the lesser included offense of theft as a Class A misdemeanor. How do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Guilty.
Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and the court will review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. Court will defer finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Do you wish to proceed with sentencing?
We can, Your Honor. There's one thing that I would like to mention. He lives in Houston.
Okay.
And if we could transfer his probation, his community supervision to Houston.
All right, and is that Travis?
No,
County?
it's Harris.
Harris County. Okay, I'm sorry to the Texas people. I know I should know that. And I don't know how to play that off to make it seem like I knew that, but something else, you know.
Well,
Oh,
they're
because
both-
Travis is in the back. All right.
Both are named after our people who formed the state.
Yes. All right, so who's in Houston?
Can you repeat that question for me?
Who is in Houston? Do you have family there?
Yes, my whole family stays out there. That's my farm.
All right, so what were you doing here in San Antonio?
Jeez. I was young and dumb.
Well, how old are you?
Things.
I'm sorry, court reporter can't hear you. You're gonna have to open up.
I was young and dumb, just getting into the wrong things I shouldn't have been.
How old are you?
I'm 21 now.
All right, and how old were you when this offense was committed?
I was just turned 19.
19, so you leave the safety of your family to come down here with Cristian Dunbar. How do you know him?
School.
School where?
Eisenhower.
What?
Eisenhower High School.
Okay. Are you employed?
No, at this moment, I'm not employed. I was employed, but I ended up losing my job. This case.
Well, people always say I ended up losing a job because of a case. Really, you end up losing a job because of your actions. So that it's better to say it that way because then you're owning your role in the loss of your job. You understand?
Yeah.
So how far did you go in school?
I graduated high school.
What are you planning on doing with the rest of your life?
And I'm working on right now. I'm working on getting employed, so I go get me a trade,
Mhm.
so I can get my life together.
Do you have any children? Okay, yay, that's a good thing. Don't have any children until you have yourself in order. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. This is what the court is going to do. Court is going to sentence you to a $500 fine. That will be probated. 2 years deferred adjudication. There's to be restitution, if any, and no contact with hometown pest defense. There's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person. There's to be regular random UAs. If you're drug tested today, what are the results going to be?
Negative.
Why do you say negative?
I didn't really know what to say at the moment for that.
All right, have you used drugs in the past?
I only smoke marijuana.
All right, so are you going to be positive for marijuana today? I'm sorry?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, that's a drug. All right. So how often are you using marijuana? So I want him tested for levels. So when you haven't been employed, you just been sitting around the house smoking marijuana?
Not really. I've been working with my uncle. Like,
All right. Well, you're saying you're using marijuana every day.
you answered a question. You answered a question.
No, I mean, so you've been using marijuana every day?
Yes, ma'am.
So when do you find time to work with your uncle?
During the daytime.
All right, so you just using marijuana at night?
It depends on my off days. I smoke in the morning and at night. But if I,
All right, and where are you smoking? Hopefully, are you living with your parents?
I stay with my mom.
All right, I hope you're not smoking in your mom's home. All right, I'll take that as a yes. You can't be smoking marijuana at your mom's house. Does your mom allow that? I mean, she has to know. I'm sure it smells.
But she got on me a couple times to not smoke in the house. I started smoking in the house.
All right, well, you shouldn't be smoking at all. So I want him tested for levels. He needs to do a year of sober meetings. You're going to do a year of sober meetings for 1 year. So you're doing a sober meeting a day. Because if you've been smoking marijuana every day and eating cornflakes or whatever you're doing, that's not a good thing. You've got to get your life together. You're young. This is a crime of moral turpitude, but you're young. You still can change your ways. But if all you're doing is when you're not doing part-time work with your uncle or somebody, if the only other thing is you're sitting back at home eating and just smoking marijuana, that's not a good thing. Your brain is idle. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So yes, he's doing a year of sober meetings. So you need to do a sober meeting a day, and you need to start getting your life together. Stop using marijuana. This is Texas. Marijuana is not legal in Texas unless you have a medical prescription for it. And while you're on probation, you're not allowed to drink alcohol at all. Your attorney will tell you that those are not my rules. That's the law. You can't drink alcohol at your house. So if somebody wants to come over or have a picnic or whatever is going on, or having a barbecue and they have alcohol, you're not allowed to partake. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If,
Okay.
if you do, you're looking at 1 year in the Bexar County Jail. All right?
Yes, ma'am.
And as a judge, I could order, if I would have seen you to Bexar County Jail, that whole 2 for 1, 3 for 1, I could tell them I don't want you to have 2 for 1 or 3 for 1. So you could do an entire year behind bars. Now, some inmates over there, they make alcohol. I would tell how the recipe goes. This is not from my personal experience, but this is what clients have probably told me and Miss Bill on how you make marijuana and cosmetics at the jail. But we're not going to do that. So you're going to do 1 year sober meetings. I'm going to do 80 hours of community. No, I'm going to do 120 hours of community service restitution. And if you obtain your not your GED, if you obtain a certificate, you can still be a welder, you can be a plumber, you can do all of those things. If you obtain your certificate in either of those fields or from some other type of trade school, I will waive your community service hours. So it's to help you improve yourself. All right, they're asking for CATS 1 and 2. CATS 1 and 2 is a theft course. I'm gonna give you my theft course. And the reason why I'm gonna give you my theft course is because I've ordered you to do a sober meeting a day for a year. So here's my theft course. Don't steal. Don't take what doesn't belong to you. Those catalytic converters, guess what? They're expensive. You shouldn't have taken them. Don't hang around with other people who steal. People don't like people who steal. You understand? So that's my theft course for you. And I'm gonna give you my criminal trespass course while we're here, because I know your age and I know what ends up happening. If you are ever invited to someone's home or invited to a party or somewhere else and they ask you to leave, you need to leave. If one of your friends comes up to you and says, I'm going to this party, you want to come with me? You know what your next question to them should be? Are you allowed to have a +1? If they're not allowed to have a +1, that means you're not invited. And then here's just another side note. Nothing good happens at midnight. Even if you're at work, guess what? Nothing good is happening at midnight because, hey, you're at work. If you're at your house and you're wide awake at midnight, guess what? It's because you have insomnia. Nothing good happens after midnight, especially if you're out and about. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
We can go off the record. Do you know what Denzel Washington said? I think he told another actor, he always leaves a party 30 minutes before the devil arrives. So you need to leave 30 minutes before they arrive. Or I like to say before the craziness starts. All right, we're back on the record. Probation, is there anything else he needs? Well, he's gonna be, transfer to Harris County. He's gonna be in Harris County. I don't know if you're all able to do field visits there. All right, I'll order field visits 1 time per month for 3 months. All right, is there anything else you need from me to be successful? Okay, oh, and I'm sorry, proof of employment within 45 days. No employment as a home health care provider or with minors. We can do a TAP evaluation out of custody, and we'll see what the recommendation is. If the recommendation is for inpatient treatment, we'll start him with outpatient treatment. Okay. And Ms. Bill, if there's an issue with the restitution amount, we can come back and have a restitution hearing.
Okay, thank you.
And usually what ends up happening, if I see a large restitution amount, I'll have Norma contact you all.
That'll be great. Thank you.
You're welcome. I have an idea, a little bit of what catalytic converters tell us. All right, did you review the trial court certification of defendants' rights to appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is a plea bargaining agreement, because I followed your plea bargaining agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we can go off the record. Mr. Crezo, here's the thing, when you're stealing people's property, things can go left pretty quickly. People have died when they've tried to steal somebody else's property. And you know what ends up happening? If somebody tries to steal somebody's property and they get shot and they die, people say, oh, well, they shouldn't have been stealing their property. So don't do it. And that person, you are not to have any probation. I'm sorry, he's not to have any contact with Christian Theodore Dunbar. All right, good luck to you.
Thank
If you need anything, just let the court know. Regina Weaver. Counsel, you're on this side, your client is in the center.
Okay, thanks.
You're welcome. All right, what's happening with this case? Where are we in discovery?
Judge, there are two different cases. There's a family violence case, which is following the drug case. The family violence case just is not as good a case. The drug case deals with drugs that were found in custody.
All right, so where are we on discovery? Do you have all the discovery?
I'm about to explain to the court. That was that background. I don't have any video cameras of the area that the drugs were supposedly found in. My client told me, and I'm embarrassed that I didn't think about it, that there are video cameras. Since I didn't raise that with the state until today, it's difficult for me to complain to the state that, hey, you didn't get that for me. So what I'm asking for is, I do need that discovery. My plan was to subpoena the Bexar County sheriffs for that. I truly do not know if there are video cameras of the holding cells. I just don't know because I've never dealt with it before.
They are, but sometimes they're not working and sometimes they're not in the location that you think they are or should be. State, do you have any idea if there was video?
Judge, at this current time, no, I haven't had a chance to really dive deep into the case. The defense did bring this up to our attention this morning.
All right, and did you tender an offer?
I think a previous offer had been given in connection with the other case, but I think in light of the fact that this new information was presented, I think the defense wanted us to consider that.
Y'all will either have video or not have video. If you do not, then someone will need to file a motion, and then from there, there'll be a quick turnaround for a plea deadline date. That's Monday. Can I have a reset form, please?
Judge, I'm scheduled to be at the Mayo Clinic from the 15th to the 17th for my asthma. Could I come back the week before or the week after?
All right, I'll put it on the 22nd.
Thank you very much, Judge. I appreciate it. Judge, I do appreciate it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Is Miss Weaver excused?
No, she needs to sign a reset form.
After she signs the reset form, is she?
Yes. Court is calling 2024 CR 1707, State of Texas versus Regina Weaver. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Daniel Escobar from the state of Texas.
Defense?
Eddie Brovinick for Miss Weaver.
And are you Miss Weaver?
Yes.
I'm sorry, you're going to need to put your purse down on one of the tables. State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Judge, we're waiving the repeat offender enhancement allegation. And in addition, Judge, just to put on the record, defense did ask about possible surveillance video from inside the Bexar County Jail on this case. I had it emailed out to the detective, forwarded on my request to someone at the Bexar County Jail. So far, we haven't gotten word of it, but I did inform the defense about that. But we decided to again make this offer, reach this agreement despite that.
Right, and defense? Do you wish to proceed without that discovery if it exists?
We do. I went over the issue thoroughly with Miss Weaver. And honestly, I got her slightly better deal because of the issues with the discovery. And I went over it and said, look, if you truly didn't do this, we should wait for the video. In spite of that advice, Ms. Weaver chose to go forward. So it did help her, although there was that out-ascending discovery issue. So I went over each and every issue on the case, and she was satisfied that she still wanted to go forward.
All right, and state other than waiving the repeat offender enhancement allegation, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Yes, Judge.
Any objection to the state's waiver?
No,
Did you understand you're charged by indictment with possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1, 4 grams to 200 grams, that's a second-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand? Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
According to the plea, there's a $500 fine. State recommends deferred adjudication. They're taking in consideration 2024 CR 2832, and they're asking for a referral to felony drug court. Did you understand that should be the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Outside the agreement, the state is requesting that your community supervision be for a term of 3 years, that there be a TAP evaluation and 120 hours of community service restitution. Did you understand those were recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, ma'am.
Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No.
Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments. Court has reviewed the same. The court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will defer finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Are we proceeding with sentencing?
if the court would allow us, yes.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
No, Your Honor.
All right. So I have a few questions. So do you have any children?
Yes, ma'am.
What are their ages?
21, 14, 9, 8, and 7.
All right. And where are they? Who do they live with?
My 14-year-old lives with me. My 21-year-old is out of the house, and I share custody with the younger 3.
If you're drug tested today, what are the results going to be? And you're going to get drug tested. Here's the thing, you need to be honest with me.
Yes, ma'am. The medication that I take, I don't know how it comes up on the test, but I do take medications
For what?
for anxiety and depression.
I'm sorry, what?
Anxiety and depression.
And so
And
what were you doing with meth? I don't know how they missed that at the jail, but they say it was found when they were doing cell checks at the jail and that you were attempting to flush something down the toilet.
I had just come back from the hospital having an x-ray done, and it was found in the cell with me. There was nothing found on me. It was in the cell, and I'm not too sure.
Well, I think what her real question is, you've used meth, right?
Yes.
All right.
Because it's saying that it was found inside her bra.
Yes, I think it stated that it was being flushed down the toilet and that it was found inside a bra. I think she's I don't know. I mean, she may say differently. I think her concern is the drugs, right? Using drugs. And she wants to tell you to tell her if.
Yes. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to
Yes.
understand, because what I'm reading, the stipulations that you stipulated to, it says, detention staff were conducting cell checks and they noticed you attempting to flush something down the toilet. Detention guard Garcia then requested for additional help in restraining you and retrieving E2. I was then advised the detention staff then conducted a strip search of everyone in the cell and located E1 inside AP1's bra. I was then advised that AP told the detention guards that E2 was located inside her underwear. So they're saying that you told them it was located in your underwear, both locations which would constitute a strip search. So they're saying they found it in the underwear and the bra.
So
And then
Judge,
what?
if I may, I'm sorry, and I had trouble with this first. When they said underwear and she admitted to underwear,
Mhm.
I don't think they ever found it in her, her panties. But some people, when they say underwear, they mean bra and panties or underwear. And some people, it's like your panties. So when she said underwear, I think she was referring to her bra, I don't think anyone is saying that they found it in her panties area.
Well, what I'm reading from the police report is that they're saying bra and underwear, and they said both locations.
Yeah, so Judge, I literally, I don't think it says they found it in both. I think she says I admitted it with underwear, and I don't mean to make a mountain out of a molehill, but I think when she says she admitted it was in her underwear, she means she's admitting that it's in her bra. And I don't think that the state would say, nor does anyone saying that
So
they.
here's the thing, that what I'm reading in the report, whether it's underwear or bra, it's on her.
Yes,
And it's not something from the hospital because they're saying it was in clear bagging. Unless the hospital has started putting their medications in clear baggies.
No, ma'am. It was in a wrapper for a sanitary napkin.
Okay.
And it was in the cell with me. I do have an issue with I used previously. But since then I've stopped using and attempted to get things back on track.
Okay. So are you employed?
No, ma'am, not currently. I was on full house arrest.
All right. So have you ever had employment?
Yes.
Doing what?
I was a server for a restaurant for a while, and then for the past, I want to say, a year or so, I haven't.
Speak up, ma'am.
Yes, for the past year or so, I haven't been employed just because I was trying to. I actually lived in Beeville, and then I moved back here to San Antonio. While I was moving, was when this incident occurred.
All right. Who lives with you with your children?
Myself and my grandfather.
All right. This is what the court is going to do. The court is going to sentence you to 4 years deferred adjudication. There's going to be a referral to felony drug court. She can do that out of custody. Do not miss that appointment. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And there'll be a TAP evaluation out of custody. Follow recommendations. And you need to let felony drug court know about your drug history and your drug issues. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
There's a $500 fine that will be probated. I'm going to order the UA hotline until further notice. And we're going to have you do a drug test today, no later than 3 p.m.
Yes, ma'am.
And they'll give you the location.
Yes, ma'am.
There's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person. Proof of employment within 45 days. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. There's going to be 90 sober meetings in 90 days. Field visits 1 time per month until in treatment. There's to be 200 hours of community service restitution. I'm going to order parenting classes. Once you complete the parenting classes, the community service hours will be deemed satisfied. There's to be no unsupervised contact with minors. Once you've started parenting classes, your counsel can approach me about that, and I'll consider changing that. Take in consideration 2024 CR 2832.
Judge, I'm sorry, may I ask a question?
Yes.
I'm sorry, when you say no unsupervised contact, you mean minors besides her children? Because
Children, period. So she says she lives with her grandfather, so I'm assuming her grandfather is there.
but I think her testimony was their 14-year-old is currently with her.
Yes.
So I don't know what we do with a 14-year-old.
But no, she said that she was, I said, who's living with you and your children? And she said her the grandfather.
Yeah.
So my concern, if the court says no unsupervised contact, so the grandfather is sufficient to satisfy. All right, I'm just making sure I don't set her up for failure.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Take in consideration 2024 CR 2832. And there's to be restitution, if any, to the Bexar County Laboratory for drug testing. Probation, is there anything else she needs? Is there anything else you need from the court to be successful? We can go off the record. In this court, to be successful on probation, communication is key. If you have an issue, let probation know. If you feel as though they're not addressing it, you can always come back to the court. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you that are going to go over conditions.